Hey guys, Kathleen here at Mama Grows. Today's video is giving tips and tricks that I had used back when we were on food assistance, food stamps, WIC. This is not a discussion on the morality of accepting food stamps. This is not a discussion on the politics behind food stamps. This is a heated discussion. All this video is to help teach those who are in need of a helping hand how to make it stretch so they can turn it into a helping hand out. Hey guys, leave it in the comments if you are ruled by a tiny dictator all day long and how you deal with that. Now when you're on WIC, WIC stands for Women, Infant, and Children's. Often if you qualify for food stamps, you qualify for WIC, they give you gobs of milk, loads of milk, tons of milk, pat loads, bucket loads of milk. And depending where you are in the program, you get whole milk. Whole milk turns into cheese. At least I tried making cheese. So my suggestion would be go to the highest end store you can to get your milk. Hopefully it's not super duper ultra pasteurized. Pasteurized, homogenized. I was okay at making mozzarella, but I wasn't able to really make anything else because it's ultra super pasteurized. But you know, this stuff works great for making yogurt. Turning milk into yogurt. Taking $2 of milk and turning it into like $8 in yogurt. I have a video, I will leave it on the end. You can click on that if you want to learn how to make yogurt. Okay, come sit with me. Another way that I saved money and made our food stamps stretch farther was instead of buying white flour to bake bread with.
Where's the cup?
There's no cup. Go find one. You buy wheat berries. And at first I had my friend grind it up for me and then I'd freeze it. And then eventually I found one at the thrift store. And I still have that same wheat grinder 10 years later, however many years later. And I grind my own wheat. The wholer the food, the more nutritious it is. And the more fiber and protein, the longer it's gonna last. If you eat white glue, it's not gonna stick to your bones. So when you're on WIC, you are given beans. You can choose to get a less amount of beans by getting them canned, or you can get more beans by getting them dry and learning how to cook them from dry beans. This also speaks to stretching your budget. Buying bulk dry beans as food storage, saving the difference, saving what it would have cost you to buy them already cooked and canned, and putting that forward for a day to help you get out of your low-income situation. I'm pretty sure, at least I did, you can get lentils instead of beans. Now you can cook lentils just as they are, yummy, yummy, yummy protein and carbohydrates and complex goodiness. Or you can take those and sprout them, and then you have a leafy vegetable that is another source of healthy food. Lentils are great cooked, and they're even better for you sprouted. Now, this was not in effect when I was back in the day, but I have been told, firsthand experience, that food stamps will pay for seeds from the grocery store. They will also pay for like vegetable starts that they sell at the grocery store. If they're selling strawberry plants, if they're selling fruit trees, you might have to educate the grocery store employees, but that will pay, food stamps will pay for seeds and plants. That is a total upstep. By using the food stamps to help yourself become more self-sufficient, you are leaps and bounds helping yourself get out of a low-income situation. this speaks towards buying more complex foods, whole wheat macaroni and making your own mac and cheese versus buying a box. This is going to be cheaper and healthier for you. It's going to make your stomach fuller for longer. Whole wheat noodles, at least at my store, cost the same as white noodles. So why not get the brand, get the fiber that you're paying for but not getting for if you get the white stuff? Now, I didn't have animals when we were on food assistance, but I did compost everything. I kept it in buckets and I walked it to the community garden to compost. I walked it to my dad's house to compost. I was gardening and trying to do what we could in our rental urban situation. And while that's not necessarily stretching your, I mean, I guess it could be stretching your food stamps budget, you're taking the food that they give you and you're turning the scraps into compost to help you to grow more of your own. Now, this is not necessarily stretching your food stamps budget, but I rode my bike everywhere we went. We did have a car, we were a one-car family, but I chose to ride our bike because this was free. And along the way, I would stop and pick up aluminum cans, beer cans, soda cans, all over the place. In about a month, I could save up enough soda cans to get about $10 when I turned them into recycle. That $10 I put away towards savings. Not exactly food stamp stretching, but instead of taking the car to go to the grocery store, I rode the bike. Not exactly stretching food stamps, but while riding my bike to the grocery store to get our WIC milk and our food stamped foods, I would stop and pick up walnuts along the way. Or I would see fruit trees that were just heavy laden with fruit and it was dropping and being wasted. I would go and knock on those doors and I would ask if they could spare any of it, if they needed all of it. Most of the time, they didn't. Around this same time was there was a recession, the 2008 housing recession, so a lot of houses were in foreclosure. I would get online and look at the real estate that was available that was foreclosed. If it had fruit trees, I would go and pick up the fruit off the ground or off the tree. Now that's technically not legal, but it stretched our budget. By cooking from scratch, I was able to put away or save a large chunk of our food assistance budget that we were given, and I was able to buy bulk foods. Now in our area, we have, what do they call it, case lot sales. So I would buy cases or, 20 pounds of beans, 20 pounds of wheat, 20 pounds of this and that and this and that. And I was able to save that away because there were times where our assistance lapsed, where we didn't get it. Or sometimes when you get off of it because you make so much money, then it's almost harder. You almost don't make enough to make up the difference in what they say you should be able to afford. This is not a discussion on ethics or morality of food stamps. I'm just saying, by being extra frugal with the money they gave us and by storing away some food, it helped us get through some lean times. Another way I stretched our food stamps was turning food items into non-food items. So taking oils and purchasing a little bit of lye and some kind of mold from the thrift store, you take the food item that you buy with your food stamps and you turn it into a non-food item of soap. So I would make our bar soap from oil. Yes, I had to buy the lye. Yes, I had to buy the mold, but I was saving us just this little bit much money. Woo! By turning a food item that was paid for into something that they normally wouldn't pay for, which is soap. That rolls into another thing of using baking soda and vinegar as your cleaners. That stretches your food stamps, using baking soda and vinegar to clean our cloth diapers, in addition to some store-bought laundry soap. Actually, no, I was making it, but you can't make laundry soap from food items. But you can use the baking soda and vinegar to help with the rinse of your cloth diapers. That is using your food stamps to stretch your budget. By choosing not to eat steak and filet mignon and, you know, all the fancy cheeses, by choosing not to eat watermelon in December and choosing not to have dragon fruit because it doesn't grow here, by choosing to be really lean with our groceries, it gave us more of a grocery budget. Well guys, this by far is not the most comprehensive list of ways to make your food assistance budget stretch. But these are just some of the ways that I can remember that we did it, and I hope it helps you. This video is not a discussion on the morality, the ethics, the policies in place for food assistance. This is merely suggestion, tips, and tricks on how to help you or someone you know who is in a position of needing a help up and turning that into a helping hand out. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Grow something today, even if it's yourself. Just for kicks and giggles, I did a search on how much you have to make to qualify for food assistance. So back when we were on it, a household of 4, we would have been given $640. That's not too far away from the max we were given at one time, and that was sufficient for our food needs. We were able to build up some food storage, and we were able to eat healthy food. Now going down to a household of 6, $913 is what we would maximum food stamp benefits. That is more than we spend now. $913. That's eating good. Just saying. Just saying.